Hello, guys, and welcome to another day of Bible studying. So, today we are in 1 Samuel, verse 15. We're going to read from verse 1, 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1 until 35. So, it is long, but not as long as the previous one, because the previous one was up to 52, and we finished it too. So, yeah. If you remember the last time we read about King Saul, yeah, he made that rash vow for like that no one should eat. Everyone should basically fast for that day until they defeat the Philistines. But imagine if everyone had eaten, how easier it would have been. So yeah, he made the vow without God's approval, basically. But God helped Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan, Saul's son. I love Jonathan, honestly speaking. I love Jonathan. I feel like he is the best half of of Saul. So yeah, so today we are going to read The Lord Rejects Saul. So basically from verse 1 until verse 35, it's all about the Lord rejecting Saul. I feel like, yeah, even I reject Saul at this point. Sorry to say, I reject Saul. Ah, so similar. Okay, and Samuel said to Saul, "The Lord sent me to anoint you king over his people. Now therefore listen to the words of God, of the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, I have noted what Amalek did to Israel in opposing them on the way when they came out of Egypt." So this is what Samuel is saying to Saul. Saul, the Lord said, the Lord said He anointed you king. So he also noted how Amalek did, what Amalek did to Israel when they were coming out of Egypt. So basically, if you remember, I don't know how long it had been since Exodus, since they came out of Egypt and into First Samuel, so to the first king. I don't know. I should have checked that. Okay, my bad. So I don't know how long it had been since they came out of Egypt. But now God is like, yeah, I have noted what Amalek did to Israel in opposing them on the way when they came out of Egypt. So God is like bringing it back now. He's like, yeah, I remember what they did. So now I want you to do something about it. Now go and strike Amalek and devote the destruction all that they have. So basically, go and destroy Amalek and everything that they have. Amalek is a nation, like a city, a country, a city, or whatever. A country. Let's just say, yes, a nation, a country. So God is saying, go and destroy them. Simple. Do not spare them, but kill both men and women, child and infant, ox and sheep, and camel and donkey. So kill everything. Don't spare anyone. Don't spare anything. So Saul summoned all the people and numbered them in Telaim. What is that? Saul summoned the people and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 men on foot and 10,000 men of Judah. So 200,000 men plus the 10,000 men of Judah. So 210,000. So yeah. And Saul came to the city of Amalek and lay in wait in the valley. So I was like, yeah, he came to the city of Amalek and then lay in. That's self-explanatory. My bad. And that Saul said to he waited and said to the Kenite, "Go go down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For you showed kindness to all people of Israel when they came out of Egypt." Then Saul said to the Kenite, I don't know if the Lord told him to do this, Because just a few seconds ago, I remember like he was saying clearly, don't leave anything, don't leave anyone. So who is the Kenite? Kenite? Go, depart, go down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. So if you don't go leave the Amalekites, I will destroy you with them. So if you don't want to be destroyed, you should go. For you showed kindness to all the people of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So it's saying that they showed kindness, so I will save you. So the Kenite departed from among the Amalekites. Okay, so God did say Amalekites, not the Amalekites and the Canaanites, or whoever was in the land, just anyone who identifies as an Amalekite. And Saul defeated the Amalekites from Havilah as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt. So Shur is east of Egypt, and Saul defeated the Amalekites from Havilah and as far as Shur. So basically, the entire east side of Egypt, I don't know. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive and devoted to destruction all the people with the edge of the sword. So he destroyed everyone, and spared the king of the Amalekite, King Agag. And but Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and the oxen and the fattened calves and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. All that was despised and worthless, he devoted to destruction. Look at Saul judging for himself what he thinks should be destroyed. So imagine you send your child to go and buy bread, buy eggs, buy milk, buy whatever you need, and the child gets there and like, nah, I want cornflakes. So the child gets there and they're like, yeah, now I want cornflakes for breakfast. They decide to buy cornflakes instead of instead of what you told them. So that is what Saul basically is doing, because remember in verse 3, the Lord now go and strike Amalek and devote to destruction all that they have. Do not spare, but kill both men and women, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. Don't spare anything. Kill everything. But now we're going into verse 9, where it says, but Saul and the people spared Agag king. First, they spared the king. That's a human. And then second, and they spared Agag and the best of the sheep, of the ox, and all the fattened calves. So they spared the best of the animals. God said destroy everything, but he's decided, okay, nah, I want to spare the best. Like, yeah, I know better. I understand why God wants me to do all of this, but I think I know better. I know. He'll understand. Yeah. So, the word of the Lord came to Samuel. I regret that I have made Saul king, for he has turned back from following me and has not performed my commandments. Honestly, it's like you trust, like, honestly, in a lot of politics lately these days, yes, you trust someone, you vote for someone, you're like, yes, you can represent us, yeah, and then they get in power, they're the president now, they do nothing that they promised. It's like from 100 to 0. Like, I'll just do enough to, one or two things that I said I would do, but after that, nah, I won't. So obviously everyone else would be disappointed. Like, we voted for you, we believed in you, and now you are doing nothing that you promised. So God now is saying, I regret that I have made Saul king, for he has turned back from following me and has not performed my commandments. Yeah, I kind of can hear the pain in this. Like, you trusted someone and you put them in power, but then when they get there, they're like, let me make myself rich, everyone else will be strong. Yeah, and Samuel was angry and he cried to the Lord all night. Samuel really did feel for the Lord, honestly. I think he's one of the among the best prophets. Yeah. So I mean, so far, I know he wasn't the best father. Was it Samuel? No, no, no. Wait, let me not get ahead of myself. I remember Eli was not the best father, but he was a good prophet. I think I'm confusing Samuel and Eli. So Samuel was angry and he cried to the Lord all night. And Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, and it was told Samuel. So Samuel was angry. He cried the whole night, like, yeah, God, I feel your pain. And he cried the whole night. And he woke up early the next morning to meet Saul. And he was told that Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set up a monument for himself and turned and passed on and went down to Gilgal. Okay, so yeah. Samuel came to Saul and found that Saul came to Carmel, and he made a monument for himself and turned and passed on and went to Gilgal. So he just came to Carmel to make the monument for himself, like, yeah, I'm such a great king. I'm such a great king. Hey, bow down, bow down. And yeah, and then after that he went to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said to him, Blessed be you, the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. You can imagine, like, so now Samuel goes to Saul, and Saul says to Samuel, Blessed be you, the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. I did what you asked me to do, God. Yay. Blessed be you. You must be so happy. I did what you wanted me to do. And Samuel said, What then is this bleating of the sheep in my ears, and the lowing of the oxen I hear? Samuel was like, yeah, if you did what the Lord commanded, then what is this? What is the sheep and the where is the noise? The noisy sheep and the oxen sound coming from? Where is it coming from? And Saul said, they have brought them from Amalek, the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and the oxen to sacrifice to the Lord. Yeah. Yes, we came with that. We brought the best. Yeah. So Saul is like, yes, we got them from the Amalekites, and we brought the best just to sacrifice them to the Lord our God, to the Lord your God. No, he didn't say our God. He said to the Lord your God. And the rest we have devoted to destruction. So we saved the best for the Lord your God. And the rest we have devoted to destruction. Everything else we have destroyed. We did what you asked us to do. Yeah. Then Samuel said to Saul, Stop. I will tell you what the Lord said to me this night. And he said to me, Speak. Remember, like, Saul is still, ignorant, oblivious to everything that he did. Yeah. And Samuel is just like, Stop. I will tell you what the Lord said to me this night. And he said, Okay, speak, tell me, what did the Lord tell you? And Samuel said, Though you are little in your own eyes, are you not the heart of the tribe of Israel? Ding, 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 ding. The way you see yourself, Saul, you don't see yourself as anything, basically. You still think yourself as the little boy that you were ages ago. But you are the heart. You are the head of the tribe of Israel. You're not just a little boy that you were when, like 10, whenever. But you are the head. Everyone looks to you. So you don't seem to understand the responsibility that you have. The Lord anointed you king over Israel, and the Lord sent you on a mission and said, Go, devote to destruction the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are consumed. Didn't God command you to go destroy the Amalekites and everything there? That's the command that God gave you, right? I think that's simple, right? It makes sense, right? It wasn't too difficult for you to understand or to hear, right? You did hear that when I told you what the Lord commanded you to do. Go destroy the Amalekites and everything. Don't leave anything standing. Destroy everything. Humans, whether old or young, animals, everything. Don't leave anything. Isn't that what the Lord told you? So go devote to destruction the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are consumed. Every little bit of them. Why then did you not obey the voice of the Lord? Why did you pounce on the spoil and do what was evil in the Lord's sight, in the sight of the Lord? Why then? I told you to do just one thing, destroy every little thing. If I had said spare what, I understand you could have been confused and thought, when he said spare the like the fattened calf, is this fattened enough or what? Like I would understand the confusion where, like, the way you perceive something is not the way someone else is intended. Like, send it out. But he gave you one mission: destroy everything. Everything. There should not be anything left in the land when you are done. There should not be anything alive left when you are done. Isn't that simple enough? So meaning that if you're seeing something still alive, something still kicking, then you're not done. Right? Okay, then why did you pounce on the spoil and do what was evil in the sight of the Lord? Why did you take the spoil and do what was evil in the sight of the Lord? The Lord told you to destroy everything, but you're like, nah, I want to keep this for myself. Ooh, let's take this and give it to the Lord. Ooh, okay, let's do this. Yeah, I'm king, Yeah. And Saul said to Samuel, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord. I have gone on the mission on which the Lord sent me. I have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and I have devoted the Amalekites to destruction. But the people took off the spoils and sheep and oxen, the best of the land, of the things devoted to destruction, and to sacrifice to the Lord your God in Gilgal and yeah. Okay, let's go back. And Saul said to Samuel, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord. I have gone and on the mission on which the Lord sent me. I obeyed the voice of the Lord. I went on the mission the Lord told me. I have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and I have devoted the Amalekites to destruction. So I brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and I've destroyed everything in every Amalekite. But the people took the spoils and the sheep and the oxen and the best of the things devoted to destruction, to sacrifice to your God, to the Lord your God in Gilgal. So yes, I did that, but the people did this. That's what I mean. That the man Saul still does not get that he is in leadership role. He still doesn't understand that he is the king of the Israelites, the head of the tribe of Israel. He is still looking at other people and saying, no, I did this, but they did this. Where were you when they were doing all of this? Where were you? I mean, my thinking is, if you are put in charge of some, let's say you are put coming from a teacher, if you're put in charge of student and you are teaching there, but then let's just say 5 students that decide to go out and you don't do anything about it, then it means you are not taking on the responsibility of a teacher that you are supposed to be. Like, you're not taking on the responsibility that you were given as a teacher. You have children in your care. They are supposed to respect you. Meaning, one, they are not supposed to go out of the classroom without talking to you. Same here. They are not supposed to make decisions for you. They are supposed to get like the approval from you, not tell you this is what I want to do. So for example, if a kid wants to go to the bathroom and you're like, no, you're being destructive in class, you're not going, the kid is supposed to sit down. But if they're like, nah, I'll go still, then it means you have failed. It means you have failed. But in this case, Saul didn't even say, I tried to stop them. I tried to tell them, no, the Lord said that we're not supposed to, we're not supposed to take the spoils of the, like, we're not supposed to take the best of the land. He didn't even say any of that. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take the king, and then you guys bring the best of everything. Okay, we are both kings. We are both leaders in this roles. Let's help each other around the country. Ne? Let's do that, right? So that's basically where Saul is coming from. He is not taking the authority that comes with the position that he has. According to me, he has failed. And second, he continues to say, the Lord your God. He said it in verse 15 when he said, they have brought destruction from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and blah, blah, to sacrifice to the Lord your God, and the rest have devoted to destruction. That was in verse 16. Verse 15. And now he says it again in verse 21. But the people took the spoils, the sheep and the oxen, and the best of the things devoted to destruction, to sacrifice to the Lord your God in Gilgal. So he doesn't see God as his God. He doesn't see the Lord as his God. He's still seeing him as the Lord Samuel's God. So yeah, he's just Samuel's God. He's not my God. He's not the God of my people. He's just your God, the Lord your God. Okay? Then I don't have a relationship with him. Because if back to the teachers oh my goodness, back to the teacher example. If the students come to school and they're just like they're talking to each other, they're like, no, your teacher, your teacher, your teacher. They're not saying my teacher, or they're not saying teacher. They're not taking you as their teacher. Then it means they don't see you as their teacher. So here it means Saul doesn't see God as his God. Let's just be honest. God doesn't see Elohim as his God. He just sees him as the God of Samuel, a distant God. He's not a personal God, a God that I have a personal relationship with. So Saul has distanced himself in a lot of things. He's distanced himself from the relationship that he has with his role. The responsibility that he has with his role, and the relationship that he has with God, or he was supposed to have with God. So basically, he has failed in the two major roles. Remember, God put him there. Had he taken on the relationship, like understood what God was doing, or at least embraced what God was doing when he put him in that role, he would have understood why like what God meant when he said do this and don't do this. He would have took that on, but Saul was like, nah, let's keep the distance. I'll be here, you stay there, and then you just tell me what's what, and then we'll just take it from there. So I will never go into the presence of God, and meaning that then also I will never hear from God himself. So Saul missed out on a good relationship. He was the first king, but he decided, nah, I'm not going to take responsibility. I'm just going to, play around like a boy. And the Lord, this is what Samuel is saying. Has the Lord a great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Good question. Is it more important for you to offer burnt offerings and sacrifices than obeying the Lord? Is it? If your parents say, be at home by this time, and you are, there won't be a need to sacrifice. Same here. If Saul had done like the first thing that the Lord told him, there wouldn't have been a need to sacrifice. There really would not have been a need to sacrifice. But now Saul did not obey Now he is forcing himself to sacrifice. He's giving a sacrifice that was not asked of him. Taking ownership where there's not supposed to be ownership, or what is it? Yeah. And to listen that, okay, behold, to obey is better than to sacrifice. Yeah. If you obey, you won't have to sacrifice. Really, if you obey, you will never have to sacrifice. Because when you do what you have to do at the time that you're supposed to do it, then it's not even a sacrifice, it's obeying. And then on the other hand, there won't be a need for other things to pay for what you did not obey. I hope that makes sense. I mean, yeah. And to listen than to listen than the fed of ram. Yeah. Listening is more important than the fed of ram. So paying attention to what you're told is more important than paying back for missing out on what you were told. And for rebellion is a sin of divination, and presumption is an iniquity and idolatry. Samuel is just laying it down on Saul. Has the Lord a great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices? Does the Lord have a great delight in offering and sacrifices? As in obeying the voice of God, or is it greater than obeying the voice of God? That's the first question he asked him. Behold, to sacrifice is better than to obey is better than to sacrifice, and to listen than the fat of rams. So to obey, he's just answering the question. Listen, to obey is better than to sacrifice. For rebellion is the sin of divination, and presumption is an iniquity and idolatry. So yeah, when you presume what you're supposed to do after being told what you're supposed to do, you are told, do the dishes, wash the dishes, and you presume I'll wash them later. I don't know. I'll wash the pots and leave the you just. Basically, Samuel is telling him that he is idolatering everything else, and I think that is a word, idolatering. Yeah, because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected you from being king. Now the consequences of your actions, you can't run away from them. The Lord told you what to do. It was simple and clear, but you decided to ignore that. So Lord is like, this is not going to work out. When has Saul ever obeyed the Lord or obeyed Samuel? Even when he had to be chosen as king, he hid amongst the baggage. Yeah. And then besides that, the time when he was supposed to tell the Israelites not to leave after their first battle or whatever, then he decided to have to do the sacrifice instead of Samuel doing it. When Samuel told him, wait for me, please wait for me, and he agreed, okay, I will wait for you. But he didn't do that, and now there's this too. He didn't do what the Lord said. He decided, okay, the best part is for me to do this and do this. The rest, this yes, but I'll just do 1 and 2. So he didn't obey. Half obedience is not obedience. Obedience is full-on obedience. Do the dishes, wash the dishes. I'm not saying wash 2 plates. I'm not saying wash a cup. Everything that is in the sink or that is in the dishwasher, get it cleaned. That's what I'm saying. But if we go then and do 1 and 2, then that's not obedience. If I say clean the house and you only clean your room, is the house clean? No. Or you only take out change your own bedding and just cover everything else. Is it clean? No, it's not. You did not obey. Simple. So since you don't want to obey the Lord, then the Lord will not be your Lord. I mean, you never even saw him as the Lord your God. So you only saw him as the Lord, as someone else's God. So let it be what you've been saying then. Then Saul said to Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and your words, because I fear the people and obey their voice. Imagine, this is the word. These are the words of the king. The king. Saul has not been in power for a day. I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't think it's been for a month either. I don't know how long he had been in power before this happened, so I can't say exactly. But he is saying, I have sinned and I have transgressed the commandments of the Lord and your words, because I fear the people and obeyed their voice. Imagine, this is our king. He obeyed the voice of the people instead of obeying the voice of God, who was speaking to him. I mean, like, Saul really missed out here. He really messed up. He missed out. Now, therefore, please pardon my sin and return with me, that I may bow before the Lord. So, Saul is saying, yes, I know I have sinned, but please return me. Let me go with you so that I may bow before the Lord and ask for forgiveness. Yeah, I don't know. And Samuel said, I will not return with you, for you have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you from being king over Israel. Simple as that. I will not return with you. You have rejected the Lord. So why do you now all of a sudden want to obey the Lord after you chose not to obey him for the entire duration, like shift intensive durations of your kinship? Why now all of a sudden, just because I'm telling you that he's going to reject you? Now you understand. Oh yeah, you were right. You were right. Okay, let me go back with you and apologize. That's not sincere. That is not a sincere apology. And Samuel told him, no, you can't. You can't go with me. I mean, like, you had the opportunity to do a lot of things, and not even once did you even try to say, let me do this. Like Samuel, like, if you had questions, you could have asked, but he did not ask. And Samuel was like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going anywhere with you. And Samuel turned to go away. Saul seized the skirt of his robe and it tore, and Samuel said to him. So as Samuel was trying to go away, Saul grabbed the skirt of his robe, basically the robe, yeah. And it tore. And Samuel said, the Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you this day and has given it to a neighbor of yours who is better than you. Imagine. So he is trying to beg Samuel, like, please, Samuel, please don't leave. And then in that, Samuel's robe tears, and Samuel is like, just like what just happened right now. The Lord has torn the kingdom out of your hand, and he has given it to someone, to your neighbor. I wonder if now Saul started wondering who, or if Saul finally took the words of Samuel seriously. I'm just wondering. And the glory of Israel will not lie or have regret, for will not, he is not a man that he should have regret. So yeah, and also the glory of Israel will not lie or have regret. So there's Samuel still just saying that, yeah, you forfeited the kingdom. You chose not to take care of it when it was in your care. So now, the glory of the kingdom will, I mean, God is not going to, and also the glory of Israel will not lie or have regret, for he is not a man that he should have regret. So God is not going to regret this. I mean, he's not a man that he should have regrets. I mean, yeah. yeah, you chose not to, so the consequences of your actions, I mean, clear as day. So then Saul said, I have sinned, yet honor me now before the elders of my people and before Israel, and return with me that I may bow before the Lord your God. There we go again. So he is saying, I have sinned, but please honor me before the people. So now he is showing where his priorities lie. The people. He's more concerned about how the people perceive him than the responsibility and the relationship he had with God. He never even once worried about how what he was doing or saying would be perceived by God or how God would see it. But now he is more concerned about how the people would see him if he doesn't return with Samuel. What's more important? I believe like he is showing what is more important. So I have sinned, yet honor me now before the elders of my people and before Israel, and return with me, and that I may bow before the Lord your God. Still there, the Lord your God. He's still not seeing him as the Lord, his God. So Samuel turned back after Saul, and Saul bowed before the Lord. So Samuel turned back after Saul, so then Saul bowed before the Lord. Yeah, so he gave him the opportunity to like bow and I don't know, show respect. And yeah, Samuel saw that okay, this little boy is not going to give up. So yeah, let me just and Samuel said, bring here to me Agag the king of the Amalekite. And Agag came to him cheerfully. So yeah, now Samuel has to finish what Saul started. And Samuel said, bring Agag the king of the Amalekites to me. And Agag came cheerfully. Agag was like, hey, I'm king. Yes, it's me. You know, I'm the king of the Amalekites. The Amalekites who don't exist anymore. And yeah, Agag was thinking, surely the bitterness of death is in the past. So he was thinking, of course, I'm not going to be killed. I mean, I'm here now. Yay, I made it. I'm not going to get killed. And Samuel said, as your sword has made women childless, and so your mother shall be childless among the women. Simple as that. So Samuel didn't even waste time. As your sword has made women childless, your mother shall be childless among the women too. I mean, if she's still alive, I mean, remember they killed everyone. So, and Samuel hacked Agag to pieces before the Lord in Gilgal. So, and like Zorro, 1, 2, 3, done. Agag to pieces. And then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house in Gibeah. So they went their separate way. After Samuel finished what he did, and then everyone went their separate way. And Samuel did not see Saul again until the day of his death. But Samuel grieved over Saul, and the Lord regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel. So after that, they never saw each other. But Samuel grieved because he knew what Saul had done. I wonder what was Saul's thinking when he brought Agag back. Agag. Did he think, I killed every one of your followers, every one of your subjects, but I spared your life. So, I mean, you should be nice to me. I mean, he doesn't have anything that he owns now. So, what was Saul thinking when he made that decision to spare the King Agag's life? I always wonder. I believe like Saul's brain should have been studied. I think Saul's brain should have been studied. The way this man thinks, it's amazing. And there are men who think like that even in this day and age. So there are people who think like that. So, but then that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. we have finished verse 15. The next one is not as long, so see you next time.